There's no fucking doubt about it. I can put Marquis Bates at the scene. I can put you at the scene talking to her on his cell phone minutes before he was killed. Now, I've told you, I know you didn't shoot nobody, but you make a decision today, and you better make it real fucking fast on do you want to go on something somebody else did. That's the decision that you're caught with today. You're between a fucking rock and a hard spot.
Did you know this guy had gotten killed?
And I had to find out, like, no. I wish I could be more help you, but I can't.
The only ass that you better worry about is the one you're sitting on.
Warning. The following video contains content intended for older audiences, mainly teens and adults. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to Crime Circuit. This is Marquis Bates. On January 4th, 2013, Marquis Bates and his friend Marquis England, also known as Fox, arranged to meet Dante Steele under the pretense of selling him a handgun. Mid-conversation, the exchange took a dark and violent turn. Without warning, Fox pulled a firearm from his waistband and fired on Dante, leaving him to flee in a desperate attempt to survive. Dante ran, clutching his wounds before collapsing just around the corner. When first responders arrived on the scene, the chilling truth became clear. Dante had succumbed to his injuries. His body lay lifeless. An EBT card, his bicycle, money, and cell phone missing, adding another layer of mystery to this gruesome crime. Days passed, and on January 10th, 2023, a startling revelation emerged. A witness stepped forward with a harrowing account. The night following Dante's murder, the witness claimed to have awoken at a friend's house, only to find Fox lying nearby, calmly holding a firearm. The witness asked, "Is that real?" Fox coldly replied, "Yes," but what followed next chilled the witness to the bone. Marquis and Fox began posing for pictures with the gun, using the witness's cell phone as if the murder had become a twisted trophy. Fox boasted about claiming the first homicide of 2013, the weight of his words only amplifying the horror of what had transpired. Marquis later confided in the witness, admitting the grim truth. Fox had pulled the trigger, ending Dante's life. The law caught up with Fox a mere 11 days after the murder. Arrested for possession of a firearm by a delinquent felon, the weapon in question was sent for analysis. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement confirmed the terrifying connection. It was the very gun that ended Dante Steele's life. Today, the investigation comes to an end, as detectives weave together the threads of deceit and violence, skillfully tying Marquis and Fox to the cold-blooded murder of their former associate.
Hey man, how you doing?
You're Marquis? Marquis, I'm Detective Stout. This is my partner, Detective Oliver. I know they've got you down here on a warrant, and that's not what we're here to talk to you about. There's another detective that is investigating whatever the warrant. I think there's also a case, maybe a simple battery or something kind of case. Did you have an old case or something that maybe did show up for court or something? I don't know. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk to you about. We're conducting another investigation that we feel you might have some information on. And before they come in and talk to you about the warrant, we just want to ask you some questions about that. Since you're in custody, we do have to go to the rights form and all that kind of jazz. We'll get that out of the way. And once we do that, I'll kind of explain to you what we're looking at. I'll have some questions for you. You'll probably have some questions from me. I'm going to show you a few pictures and we'll kind of go from there, okay?
Yes, sir.
And then after we're done, then we'll figure out what the warrants are, and either, we can talk to you about it, or the detective panel in case we'll figure out what all's going on there, okay?
I'll be jotting, but don't. Just jotting for our memory later. We have to document what we were talking about, okay?
Spell your first name for me.
It's MARQUIS.
And your middle name?
Antoine, ANTWAN.
And it's Bates?
Yes, sir.
BATES. Okay. What's your address, Marquis?
Biscayne Boulevard.
And what's the apartment number there?
1502.
102. That's up on the north side, right?
Yes, sir.
32218.
Yes, sir.
What is your birthday?
03 24 1994.
3/24/94.
Yes, sir.
Make sure what 18 years old. Okay. About how tall are you?
5'9",
5'9". About how much you weigh?
155.
155. And you got what? Black hair, brown eyes. Let's see. What's the highest education you had, or last year of school you went?
12.
You went through? Did you graduate?
No, I'm supposed to graduate this year.
Okay. What school did you go to?
Yeah, what?
When Dave White? Did you just drop out in the middle of the 12th grade, or
I decided to drop that. I just stopped going.
stop going?
Mhm.
Okay. But you're going to get your GED, or you going back to Ed White?
I'm
to finish up?
going back there White to finish up. I only gotta get 2.5 credits.
Okay, that ain't bad.
Not bad at all. What's that like a half semester?
Yeah, that's it. That's my one.
Doesn't have to go a full semester just to get them, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can do that, man.
Exactly.
Very important.
So you haven't graduated. You can read and write though?
So,
Okay. And in the last 24 hours, have you had any alcohol?
so,
In the last 24 hours, have you had any kind of drugs, whether they're prescription or illegal? In your life, have you ever been diagnosed with any kind of mental or physical disability? You, myself, Detective Oliver, we all sit here and have a normal conversation. There's no ghosts or funny things flying around the room here. Okay. Today we are at the Police Memorial Building. You know what today's date is?
the 27th, I think, or the 26th.
You're right, the 27th. I didn't even know. 7/13, and it is, looks like 11:58 in the morning. You said that you can read. What I'm going to have you do for me is I'm just going to have you read this first line that I circle right here just to show me that you can read. And then I'll go over the rest of it with you.
You have the following rights under the United States Constitution.
All right, what that says is you do not have to make a statement or say anything. You understand that? Anything you say can be used against you in court. You understand that? You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you make a statement or before any questions are asked of you, and have a lawyer with you during any question. You understand that? Okay. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. Okay. Now, if you do answer questions, you have the right to stop at answering questions at any time and consult a lawyer. You understand that? Now, one way to do, just sign right there for me, just saying we went over that, and then Detective Oliver and I will witness it, and we'll get into why we're here.
I really want to know.
Yeah. You got any kids?
So,
No kids? You're 18? Man, you know how many guys? You lucky one. I talked to, hundreds of guys coming here between about 18 and 22 years old that tell me they got 3 or 4 kids, and so you slipped by that one. Marquis, Detective Oliver and I are here with the homicide unit. We're investigating a homicide that happened earlier in the year of this gentleman right here. Do you know him?
I was locked up with him.
You were locked up with him. Do you know what his name is?
His name was in the program again.
Which program was that?
Was in the Oaks.
Oaks.
And Stuart Martin was in the Oaks and Daytona.
Who all was in the program there? Was it a when you all were locked up kind of program, or?
It was a level 6 program that we was in.
Okay. And back what year was that?
2010.
2010.
What was his name? Oh, hey, something. What was his name? whoever did my last names.
Okay.
Something like Steele or something like that, I think. I think the last name Steele.
Yeah, that's right. And the program, what was he locked up for? Do you know?
Mm-mm.
Okay. What were you in for?
I was in there for a violation of probation, Brigham.
Okay. All right. So you had a burden. So it's level 6. That's kind of like just the middle program. It ain't real high security, but it ain't nothing low. Okay. And 2010, you said you were down in Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's 2010.
Yes, sir.
So 2010 was the program, and y'all were. Now he's from Jacksonville. You're from Jacksonville. Is that? I don't know anything about the programs they got going on. Is that normal for kids from Jacksonville to get thrown all over? Or?
Yeah, they usually put you in like different programs.
Okay. Did you know this guy had gotten killed?
Yeah, when I had signed, I was like, no.
What kind of stuff you heard?
On that he had died, that somebody had shot him. And that he was the first homicide of 213. I was like, man, that's messed up. My brother died for that.
So on the day, do you know what day it was he was shot?
Mm-hmm.
It was January 4th.
Yeah,
It was early on. Where were you on January 4th?
tell you what, I can't even remember.
Can't remember.
That was a long time ago.
All right. How about if I told you on January the 4th
Mhm.
that you were right there with him?
Negative.
No? All right. Let me do this. They stopped you with a cell phone today, right?
Mhm.
What was your cell phone number?
904
Uh-huh.
802 3170.
It was 904 802
3170.
3170.
That's it.
We'd like to look at the cell phone and just see, what kind of stuff's on it that may or may not put you in the area. Would you give us permission just to look at the cell phone? And I'll pull out a form here. Let's look at the form real quick.
I'm sorry, so you would or would not give us?
No, because that song is like kind of old.
Kind of old. Okay.
Even though I had nothing in the song, no.
Okay. So are you worried that the phone may put you there at the scene with them?
I'm not worried about that right now. I just don't want to give y'all the circle phone, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, Marquis, let me ask you this. Whose phone number is 290-9134?
Can't tell you.
I can tell you. That was your phone number back on January the 4th. Now, we didn't just come in here out of the blue to talk to you about a guy you know, okay? And all these questions that I'm going to ask you, and a lot of questions I've got, I already know the answers to. Basically, we know the whole story up to this point, okay? This happened, almost 3 weeks ago. In 3 weeks, we have talked to tens to 20s of people, okay? We've talked to friends of yours. We've talked to friends of other people that are involved. We've talked to friends of the victim. We've talked to witnesses at the scene. We pulled security cameras from the scene and surrounding areas. And we pulled cell phone records. Okay? JTA bus information, everything else that's involved with our whole investigation.
So, within time, you got me at all these items?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay? But what I'm saying is, my belief in what happened and what we know happened, there's a lot more. You okay?
I'm good.
You got some blood on your chin?
And my hair cut on my face.
How's that happen?
When the police came to.
Okay, they put you on the ground to handcuff you, or you need a napkin or something? Or are you good? In this investigation, we're to the point to where we can put this whole puzzle together, okay? There's one question we can't answer, okay? And we've got you and we've got 3 other people here we're talking to today, all right? The one question that we can't answer, there's only about 3 people that can answer the question. That's our victim, and that's the people that were with our victim when this all happened. And the question we're looking for the answer to is what? Okay, we think we know why, and we've got the before story, we've got the after story, but it's like, you know the boy. You know, basically what made this thing go so bad, it happened like this.
I don't know why he died. Oh, it was very tragic too, how he died. I was mad when I found out.
You know this boy right here. Who's that?
Marquis.
That's Marquis, right. What's he called?
Marquis.
What's the nickname he goes by?
Marquis.
No, you got a nickname for him. Everybody's got a nickname for him.
Man, I know.
That's Fox.
Nah,
Yeah. What do they call you?
Marquis.
Call you Kesey or
My people call me Key. But,
Key?
yeah. Other than that,
How would you, the people that call you Key or Key, how would you spell it?
K-E-Y.
K-E-Y? Alright. Well, how come all over your Facebook page and things like that, you refer to yourself as Kesey or K-E-Y-S-E or,
Sorry.
you don't know? Alright. And you know Fox got picked up, right?
Yeah, but I did not know what he got picked up for.
You know that young lady right there?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Terrell. Alright. Who's she to you?
So I'm a girlfriend.
Was your girlfriend? Was she pregnant with your baby at one point? What happened to that?
She had a miscarriage, but I was told.
She had a miscarriage? And what's her phone number?
904. Last number I have from her, I ain't talked to her in a while.
Right.
It's 904-239, like 18 something.
Two 1813 sound right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay.
2918.
13. What about Mr. Steele there? Do you know his phone number?
Mm-hmm.
How about Fox? You know his phone number?
No, he had just got a recent new cell phone. When I was with him, he had got a new cell phone.
He got his cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you actually had any contact with Mr. Steele?
When last time I talked to him? I think I talked to him, let's see, Christmas time. I did Christmas. I went out to dinner. Sometime around Christmas.
What kind of conversation do y'all have? Anything?
We had just caught up because when I had just got my program, I had just got up to level 10 in August. So when I guess he had got locked up or something, and I had seen him at the landing, and he was like, "Oh, what's up, Ryan? I ain't seen him in a minute."
When did you see him at the landing? When did you see him at the landing?
About Christmas time.
About Christmas time? Maybe the first of the year? Were you down there for New Year's or anything? Or was it Christmas?
Yeah, I had went there. I had went there on New Year's Eve day, but he went there.
He wasn't there on New Year's. You saw him before New Year's.
Yeah, I saw
at
him
the
before,
landing.
yeah.
Right. Had you seen him any time in 2013?
Oh, sir.
No. You hadn't had any phone conversations with him? This phone number for you, 802-3170, that's a newer number for you.
That's yeah, good enough.
And the phone number before that was 290-9134.
Now, my last number that I had was 554-1417.
554-1417.
1417. Yes, sir.
And so you had not talked to him or seen him since 2013 is what you're saying?
I haven't seen him. Last time I seen him was in 2012.
Okay. Do you know his family?
Don't know that about him.
You don't know his mom, his dad, brothers, sisters, none of that?
Can't tell you nothing about him.
You ever go to any clubs with him, hang out?
We don't even know where to go.
Okay.
I don't know how she, why is key evidence?
Well, why don't you tell me why she's in this?
No, that's what I'm asking you, because I'm surprised like you even have my.
Okay, because she's given us quite a bit of information that we've learned. Okay? All right? And, you know, like I said, we've talked to a bunch of people, and that's how we get the whole story. Okay? Like I said, we had people that saw y'all before the shooting. Okay? We got people that see you after the shooting. We have cell phone records. We have people like Carell that's helped us fill in some of the stories in the gap.
I mean, I
Okay.
see in one of the videos, can I see video? Can I see somebody who said they seen me there? Because I'm talking about like,
No, that's what we do. We collect all that stuff.
and
Okay?
and if I'm involved in this, like how y'all sound involved, shouldn't I have the right? I think I have a right to see any evidence kind of footage against me.
That's what I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you the evidence. I don't have to show it to you. Now, if you wanna take it as far as, you know, wanting to see it, you know, you'll get to see it at some point down the road. It's not gonna be today. We don't have stuff set up to see it today.
Yeah.
But at some point down the road, I'm sure you'll be able to see it.
Here's where we stand with this.
Mhm.
This happened on the 4th. Almost every day between the 4th of this year and today, the 26th, the detective staff is working. And you're rolling the dice today, and we don't know what we have. And we're not going to show you our hand. What we were hoping today is that we're going to understand that particular case. Okay. That was my friend that was there. And people are telling me that you, his friend, was supposed to meet him or possibly even with him before he was killed. We're just giving you your opportunity to come and tell us what you know about it.
I know.
Listen to me. You can sit in today and you can play a role if you don't understand. And what you're going to do is you're going to force us to play hardball and go back and prove to you that we do know what's going on. The decision you have to make today is that do you want to go that route?
It ain't really how I see it in my eyes, sir. It's not really a route.
How do you see it?
I see it's not really a route that you even can go, because you can't sit up and tell somebody that they were there or that would probably have something to do with it when I don't even know I was there. So how can you tell me I was
Let me
there when
give
I
you a
didn't
little
know
bit. Let me give you a little bit. That's your girlfriend.
that?
We were dating her on the 4th.
I'm pretty sure we were dating around that time.
There was some if you talk to her anytime on the 4th.
I can't really remember that day so long ago.
Do you think there's a good chance that you spoke with her on the 4th?
I used to talk to her about it every day, but since 2013, we really been talking like that, so I can't really tell you.
I can tell you right now from us talking to her that you talked to her on the 4th.
If she said I talked to her on the board, then I probably. So
I can't know it's going to be even more that beyond what she says and talked to her on the 4th. I can even tell you today that we talked to her on the 4th from his cell phone.
nah. I know that's something you can't do.
Yes. Yes.
I don't believe that, sir. Because you can't do that.
That from her phone records to my victim's phone records is that you talked to Pharrell on the 4th from his phone. Now, you guys were together on the day that this woman was killed. And regardless of what the plans were, the things went bad. Okay. Now, just sitting here and say that that was the plan from jump start, we're not going to see here that. Okay. And I'm sure that if we had the opportunity to go back maybe January the 13th, January the 3rd, and change this so what happened on the 4th didn't happen, then I'm sure that given the circumstances, we would do that. However, life doesn't give us those opportunities. Okay? We have a guy here that's dead. We can, without a doubt, we know for a fact that you're talking to this guy, communicating with this guy minutes before this kid. Yes. Now, what's going to happen is, let me tell you what's going to happen. You'll put Carell in some bad predicaments. Okay? You'll put some other people in some bad predicaments. And some of the people that are in these predicaments aren't the gambler that you are. And what I mean by they're not the gambler that you are is that they're not willing to risk their freedom. So therefore, they've been a little more helpful and forthcoming in this investigation. And these same people that are not willing to risk their freedom have gone to them with us and said, guess what? I really don't think that Marquis is going to quit.
Let me ask you this. Did you shoot him?
No, sir.
And you know what? That's the first honest thing I think you've told me all day today.
So here's what's going to happen, Marquis. You sit in this room with two guys you've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
When you come in the room and you're geared up for whatever you think we're going to approach you on.
No, sir.
Yes, you are. We've done this a long time. How old are you?
18.
We've done this as long as we've been in the world. And what you're doing now is you're 18 years old and you're gambling with the rest of your life. Okay?
You can't gamble, sir, with something that you don't have no business.
Listen. You're gambling with the rest of your life. Now, what I would like for us to be able to do in this room today is that we want to take the step to develop a rapport together. We sit down, we be grown men, we talk about what happened. Let's get to the bottom of it. Because what's going to happen now is that you got hurt with that. Trust me when I say you do. Trust me when I say you do. The problem is that real fast, you're going to have to get some trust into these men in here that you've never seen before, or you're going to travel through a forest. You're going to travel on a road that you don't want to travel.
Sir, I wish I could be more help you, but I can't.
I wish you'd be more helpful yourself. Now,
But I can't.
we're telling you right now, I think the only truth that you told us so far is that you didn't shoot anybody. But you know what? I would bet 2 years of my salary that you know who did. Okay. Now, here's where your problem comes in today. And this is a decision that you have to make. And it's probably not one of those decisions you don't have a lot of time to go home and sleep and think about. You're going to make a decision today when two guys from the homicide office step to you, inquiring about a homicide investigation. Do I want to roll my dice and gamble with my life and my freedom on something that I didn't do? Okay. Because here's a couple of issues that we have. He's in jail, right? Arrested. We can have those stuff.
Something like that.
Did you know that when he was arrested, he had a gun on him?
Yeah.
We'll take you another step further. What do you think their gun is connected us to?
You don't tell me.
Now, listen to me. Listen to me. Mr. Bates,
I'm listening, sir.
I want to get your attention. And I want you to understand something right now. The most important thing I'm going to tell you today. We're at that point today where the only ass you better worry about right now is that one that you're sitting on. Okay? We better get that shit straight right fucking now. That the only ass that you better worry about is the one you're sitting on. Because guess what? We've done our homework, boss man. I can put you at the scene when this guy was killed. There's no fucking doubt about it. I can put Marquis Bates at the scene. I can put you at the scene talking to her on his cell phone minutes before he was killed. Now, I've told you, I know you didn't shoot nobody, but you make a decision today, and you better make it real fucking fast on do you want to go on something somebody else did. That's the decision that you're caught with today. You're between a fucking rock and a hard spot. And you better decide real fast what you want to do about it. I told you, you're in a situation now where your friend put you in it. If you guys met with this guy and shit went bad and that wasn't a plan, this is your time to explain it. And you're going to get one chance to do it.
I didn't give you my one time. I don't give you my one chance. I was not there.
No, Boston. That won't work. That I wasn't there.
I'm telling you.
Will not work. Evidence show you were there. You want to put her in it.
She lying.
Okay. Now, if I got evidence, cell phone records, everything, showing you're there, why do I believe you over scientific evidence? Please tell me that. I'm going to tell you what. I can tell you right now, I've been doing police work between here and the military for 20 years. I've had a hell of a lot more suspects lie to me than scientific evidence.
Sure.
Okay? Now, here's what you got to understand, bro. You've got to decide today what's more important. This man is dead with from homicide. Okay? This man has been caught with the weapon, with the murder weapon that killed this guy. You and him were together before, during, and after the shooting. Y'all went to Aqua that night with a bunch of people after the shooting. The next morning, dumbass wakes up playing with the murder weapon.
But you'll never guess what he's telling us. And that ain't stuff we get into. But
If you think 1 minute now that he's taking a route that you're taking, I know y'all boys. Me and Tracy are boys. Tracy and I do a lot of stuff together. But if Tracy shoots somebody, I'm getting Travis going to jail for it. We know the line. Now, if that's your boy, and you love him more than you love yourself, then we'll stop wasting your time or ours. That's the decision you have to make. But at the end of the day, bro, we're going to get to this movie stuff. And you better believe right now, he's pointing his finger.
Right, dude. But it's not right. Not true. And I'm not even gonna sit up here and try to waste y'all time and try to tell y'all that I know who killed this man. I don't know who killed this man.
Bro.
I was not when he died.
Yes, you were.
I'm telling you, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
Okay, well if you believe that right there, then sir, then why? If you believe all this situation, then so why is you talking? It ain't nothing to talk to me about. If y'all got all this information together. So I don't.
At the end of the day, we're going home. And tomorrow we're going to get up and we're not going to be inside of a chain anything. There's a razor wire on top of it.
you're 18 now. This ain't the juvie games anymore.
This ain't no more we smack you on your ass and call your parents and come get you. You're 18 and this man is dead.
Sad that he died, but I had nothing to do with it.
It's sad that he died. It's really sad. But you know what? All of his family knew that he was meeting you on this day. His girlfriend, his brother, everybody knew on the day that he was killed. He was meeting you to do a transaction.
I don't even know his girlfriend. I don't know his brothers.
All right. But this man was a little smarter than the average teenager. He told somebody where he was going. He told somebody what he was going to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm more responsible now. I'm in my mid-40s. So if I go do anything, somebody knows where I am in case it goes south and I don't make it back home. Somebody can tell the people what happened. The one thing about Mr. Steele on the day that he was killed, he had no sense to tell somebody, I'm going to leave Marquis State. Let's get off work.
Okay, man.
Yes, he did.
Told more than one
He
person.
told more than one person that he was going to leave Marquis States. He got off work.
It's not
I'm
true.
going
He
to
didn't
do a
mean
little more Marquis. Not that I care about it. He's going to meet me by again so he can do this thing.
That's really negative. I don't even have firearms.
Listen, I can read history. I don't expect you to sit here and tell me about guns. I know that. But that's not what we're here for. Because whether you had a gun or not, if you didn't kill nobody, I could care less about it. You might want to go to the sheriff's office and when people die to find out why they died and who did it. Alright? I really want to give you the chance to come in today. Simple as that. Like this guy here.
Like I told you, Coach, I wish I could help you. I
I
was
wish
not
you would
throwing it
too.
around.
Listen, bro.
I don't know who killed this man.
Listen.
I'm sad
Your
that y'all,
girlfriend
my girlfriend said I get him.
said that you and her was on the phone. You called her into this guy on her phone. How do you think? Let me ask you this question. How do you think that we got people?
I don't know.
Tell me how.
Mm-hmm. Can't really tell you. She never mentioned that about it. Can't really tell you. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you a little bit of help, okay? When a person dies and they have a phone, we look back at their phone right up to the time. We go back so close to the time that we get the 911 call. And we see he is communicating.
Do y'all have his phone?
No, his phone? No.
No,
Well, we don't need his
phone. No, we don't have his phone. I'm sorry, I misquoted. We don't have his phone, but we have his phone records. Okay. You can have a phone.
We can tell you where his phone went that day afterwards.
I can even tell you where it came afterwards.
I really want to know, like, how she got into it. I don't know how he got her number, how she got his number.
Listen to me.
No.
That's why you roll the dice. Because what was she doing about lying? She loved you, didn't she? She's almost been proud of her household. She's been pregnant with your baby. She's had a miscarriage on your baby.
She ran away with
She
you.
ran away with you. She walked out on her family, lived with you and your grandmother on Biscayne. So our question today is, why this girl that loves you dearly, loves you to the point where she's willing to give up everything she had with her own parents, why was she coming and lying to us? What did she gain from it? This is the same young lady that says, my boyfriend, Marquis Bates, called me on his phone. How do you think we get her involved? Let's play detective. We're going to make you a detective for a few minutes. What do you think is the first thing that led Detective Oliver and Detective Staff to your girlfriend?
Read that question.
How do you think we get her into the picture?
I don't know. That's why I'm trying to play it over my head. That way y'all get.
Let me help you out. We get the victim's cell phone number from his family. We subpoena his cell phone number to see who he's talking to before he's killed. Okay. Her number is one of the last number he calls. That calls him minutes before he's killed. Okay. So listen to me. So then you put her into the spot where she has to explain to homicide detectives why this dead man's phone is calling her phone within 10 minutes before he's killed. The last call, less than 10. The last call from his phone is to her. So then we go back, we do a little detective one-on-one today. Then we go back and we find, who does this number belong to? And don't you think we went and got her and brought her down here and had her at the same church here?
I was not about that.
Excuse me?
I was not about that.
Because nobody had to do it to her for you. So, here's where you keep asking how she gets involved. That's how she's involved. Because she has to explain why this dead man's number is calling her phone within minutes before he's killed. Okay? Now, that we made you a detective for a few minutes, what do you think we told her? If you're a detective and you talk to her, what do you think she told you?
She'll probably tell you anything.
So what did you think that anything was?
What would tell you? I don't know.
In your mind, what do you think she told us?
I don't know what she told y'all, but I don't know. She probably told y'all how you. I don't know. Probably trying to talk to her. I don't know how he get on them. I don't know how she get his number. Now,
He didn't get her number. He doesn't know her. She doesn't know him.
that's
You
the
want
way
to
about
guess who
each other number.
you want to guess who the common denominator is between him and her?
You could guess it would be me because I do know that's my girlfriend. I do know him, but I don't have his number to even call him, to be with him. I have a number to be with her. So,
Now, since you're guessing that the common denominator with you want to take a stab at what she told us?
I don't know off the top of my head. I can't tell you.
How much money would you put on the fact that she told us that you called her?
I put $1 million on.
I wish you had $1 million without allowed just become an instant millionaire. Because she told us, do some effort, that her boyfriend, Marquis Bates, called her with that number.
She might be lying to you. I would have been that man. But see, I really bet my life on that. I know she couldn't really told you I did it right now.
She didn't tell us
She'd be
that.
lying.
She'd be lying.
Yeah, she would be lying. And I really bet my life on that.
Why would she lie on you?
What did she gain from lying on her boyfriend that she loved so much?
I don't know what shit game. Tell you the truth, I don't really, honestly, I don't know. All this is new to me. This whole situation new to me, except for him dying.
So you're insinuating that she killed him?
No, I don't know. I don't know how she even know him. That's why I'm really.
That's what we're helping you out on, Marquis. She don't know him.
Well, then.
She don't know him at all. She's never seen him before. And the common denominator is that you know him and you date her. You're with him, your phone goes dead. You called her, go along with me. Just go along with me when I call you from this other number. You called her more than once from the number.
I know that is a complete lie.
How many times you call her?
I never called her from the phone. I was never with him. That's how I know that is a complete lie.
So who's lying? You or Kara?
I don't know who. I know I ain't lying.
You're not lying. So who do you think I'm going to believe, you or her?
Well, you can believe who you want to believe, sir. Because you're going to believe who you want to believe. So it doesn't really matter.
So at the end of the day, when I go and start putting people in jail for making contact with a dead man and all right before he's dead, you're saying that she's the one still wants to go.
I'm not in jail. I wouldn't even.
She's in this. Okay? Whether you want her to be or not, she's in it. Okay? Now, like I told you earlier, this is not a game. And it's unfortunate that you're going to take it as a game and you're going to end up with a lot of people in jail that shouldn't be in jail for something that you didn't do and she didn't do.
Okay, so you know both of us didn't do it. So why are you talking to me and why are you talking to him?
Yeah.
Because y'all are involved.
You guys involved.
And you're there. That's why we're talking to you. Because you're there.
Prove
You're seen at the scene.
I'm seen him.
Yes.
By who?
By witnesses at the scene.
Can you tell me what I had on?
What you had on?
Yeah, can I be informed on what I had on that day?
Do you know what you had on that day?
No, I don't. That's why I tell you. So you can't really tell
Do
me.
you know what you had on yesterday?
Yeah.
What did you have on New Year's Day?
Well, I had on a red and white. I got on a red and white.
New Year's Day?
Black and white Griffiths, yep.
Okay. What did you have on in July 6th?
Was that last year?
This year.
Of last year, yeah.
Last year?
I mean, January 6th.
Well, I was in my programs. I was on program.
January 6th. What did you have on?
Can't really tell you.
Okay.
I didn't do that.
So, how can you tell what you had on January 4th?
Because I probably, if you give me a brief synopsis on what I had on,
So if I tell you you had on some all black, you can tell me what day you wear all black?
Yeah.
What day do you wear all black?
2 days ago.
How often do you wear all black? Is that your Friday outfit? Here's what I need you to do, man. It's time to stop playing hardball.
What were you wearing Friday, January the 4th when you went to Club Aqua?
What was I wearing? I wore blue. I got on my blue, black and white Air Max. So I had on the blue, black and white. You know, I had a black long sleeve shirt with some blue jeans.
You had just a solid black shirt on.
Yeah, then
Because they wouldn't let you in the club that night. You had to go to Walmart
and buy
a striped shirt.
Yeah, no, it wasn't striped. I didn't
Or it had more than one color. They wouldn't let a solid color in.
How y'all do all that?
Because we've done our homework. We have talked to, I mean, we're pushing hundreds of people.
Yeah, I was at Alpha that night. I do remember that night. I do remember going off. And I'm
Because
going.
who did you go to Aqua with?
I went there with Devontae. And yeah, I don't know. I don't really know the other two people.
How many people were riding with you?
About 4, 5. If I had to count me too,
Yeah, count you. You're in, what kind of car you in?
I probably was since so long, I can't really tell. It was in a truck kind of car.
Like an SUV, right?
Yeah.
It's got what, 3 rows in it? You got the front seat, the middle seat, and the back seat.
No, I had a front seat, then the middle seat, then there was a trunk.
Okay. Do you remember people sitting behind you, in front of you?
Yeah, I remember who that said. Let me see. We're driving. It's Kelsey. And Devontae was sitting in the back of the seat.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
And who was on the road with you?
I think who I was the girl in there. What I had on. Yeah, I don't know who that was. So I went to Aqua so many nights.
You say you go to off Aqua a lot of nights?
I said I went there a lot of, yeah. I usually go on Wednesdays, but I just so I went that Friday night.
That Wednesday, the last Wednesday you went, what did you have on?
The last Wednesday I had on.
The last Wednesday that you went to the
I had on yellow, black, and white. I had to got yellow, black, and white Griffiths.
The Wednesday before that,
I didn't go to Aqua that Wednesday before that.
the last Wednesday you went prior to the one you have in the yellow, black, and white. Where were you wearing?
Red and black. Yeah, I had just got a red and black snapback with Bulls hat.
So you buy a new outfit every time you go to the club?
Got to.
Yeah.
Yes, I had just bought the white t-shirt last night. Why went last night?
You go to Aqua last night?
Nah, fat cats.
Okay, well, we knew that.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
We knew what the fat cats last night.
What? How did y'all know about the fat cat last night?
That's what we call detectives.
Didn't nobody even know about the fat cat unless you got on my Facebook. I did put I'm on my way to fat cats. I don't know where you could if you go.
I'm not on Facebook. I don't do Facebook. I don't do Facebook. Listen, Marquis. We need to sit down and we need to have a conversation. This is your friend. This is your girlfriend. This is your friend. Okay. And I can tell you right now, the problem we having today with you, because you your boy.
I can't cover for somebody so that I didn't even know we did.
Yeah.
For sure.
You cover for your boy. And what you need to understand, there's no law that saying Marquis Bates witnessing a crime and he's obligated to pick up the phone and call the police and says, hey, this crime just happened in front of me. Even though it would be nice. And as a detective, we would love for that law to be there. That would be mandated that everybody sees a law, have to get up, sees a crime being done. They have to get up and call the police. If they didn't call the police and tell us what happened, we can go put them in jail. We don't have one of those laws on the book yet. God knows I wish they would pass one tomorrow. But what we do have is that if we are doing an investigation and we come to you during an investigation and you're withholding information from us on an investigation that we can prove, then you become, at minimum, an accessory after the fact.
Right, I know the law.
Okay? Now, here's what I don't want to happen. I don't want you to get caught up in being an accessory after the fact. I don't want her to get caught up in being an accessory after the fact. And I can give you a little bit of a hint. Y'all treading water right now. Okay? You're treading water. Because what has happened is things that we can't change. Okay? But there's people that you got to be accountable for their actions and what has happened. And I know that's your friend, and we have him next door. And I know that you guys got this snitching thing down pat. And I know that you guys don't want to be snitches, y'all bored, y'all in a program. Y'all been out and y'all doing some dirt together. And I'm very aware of that. Okay. Here's what I don't want you to do, and I'm pleading with you. I do not want to see you and her, in jail for something that you did.
So this is what I'm like again, so. And I want y'all to answer me this right here. If y'all know that me and Q-Real, right, did not do it, why is you, if y'all say that y'all got
You didn't pull the
everything
trigger.
down, if y'all
You
say
didn't
y'all
pull
got
the
everything
trigger.
down to the science, to a T,
You didn't pull the trigger.
there ain't gonna be no point in
Listen
talking
to
to me.
You didn't pull the trigger.
And if y'all knew that,
Okay.
and if y'all knew I did not pull the trigger, if y'all knew I
But
was
there's
not
other
around,
crimes that you're involved with as far as this is concerned. That's other than pulling the trigger. Okay? And that's where today would be your chance to come in and tell what happened, put everything out on the table, and then we go from there.
so I wish I can help y'all.
Okay.
But I can't.
Today is your chance to come in and says, we met dog. It wasn't supposed to go down like this. That wasn't the game plan. Then let us deal with it. Let the mistake happen. Okay? The problem that you have that plays on our intelligence is when you come in and think that you can deny everything, and deny everything. And at the end of the day, your denial walks you out of the door. And with me, I've had people sit right there in that door, in that seat that you're in. They come here and they do some denials, and they walk out for a day or two. Just enough time for me to go back and put the finishing touches on. And they walk out again, and they walk in again. They're not so lucky the next time. That's where we are with you today. I can tell from the look on your face when I told you you were in jail, it was caught with a gun. The look that you put on your face is like, oh, fuck.
Nah, it was if it was to be an all fuck kind of movie, it'd be like, oh fuck, I did not know he was locked up for that. I knew he was locked up. I did not think he was locked up for a pistol charge.
What would you think he was locked up for?
It's because somebody, the only thing I heard that he got ran over by police when he resisted arrest. That's the only thing I heard, and I was like, dang.
Ran over by a police car.
They said the police had ran him over.
Where did that from?
Oh, he was in the street. Somebody said in the street, right?
That's far from true. Police are allowed to run people over. What are we gonna do? We're gonna go over and talk to him again.
Let me ask you this. You ever seen him with a gun?
Marquis?
Yeah.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't.
All right. Let's go back to Club Aqua that night.
Mhm.
Okay? In the car, you said there was Devontae, who was driving?
The girl, Kelsey, if I'm not
Kelsey,
mistaken.
girl driving.
Yeah.
Who was on the middle row with you?
Just me. Oh, yeah.
And Fox there, right?
Yeah.
And what about Tezzy?
He says what that mean.
Mm-hmm.
He probably could have went that night with us.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have been it.
And there was someone else in the back.
Back. Oh, Rainy.
Right. And Desi was kind of upset a little bit with you and Fox there, wasn't he? Wasn't there some conversation when y'all first picked him up?
Mhm.
No? All right. So y'all go to the club.
Mhm.
You had to go back, get a shirt, went back to the club, got in the club, did your party, right?
Mhm.
After the club, you know where you went?
Yeah.
Go to get something to eat?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you go?
Yeah.
Went to Taco Bell, right. You know where you went after that?
McDonald's.
McDonald's. You didn't get anything at Taco Bell, did you? You got something at McDonald's.
All right.
I'm telling you, listen, okay? At McDonald's,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of bill did you pull out to pay for your McDonald's with?
A 10.
No.
No.
Mm-hmm. I had got a Big Mac meal that night. I remember exactly. What kind of bill I put
You
out?
put out 100.
Negative.
Yeah.
Because you were asking people for change. If they had change for the 100.
No. Again.
So that's that. Where'd you lay your head that night?
Oh, that night. I feel like home. I don't know what to call this out. Yeah, we said Lisa.
Mm-hmm. Was she at the club with you that night?
Yeah, she was drunk, so I don't think she went in.
Right. So you stayed at Carlisa's house.
Mm-hmm.
Right. When you got up the next morning, you don't remember seeing Fox with a gun?
I don't remember. If he had one, I don't remember him having.
Because you're the only one in the house that don't remember that.
Yeah, if he had one, I don't remember.
Let me show you something. Maybe this will help refresh your memory. That's at Carlisa's house, isn't it? That's what he was. That's what he couldn't get in the club with. He had bought another shirt to get in the club, but that's one of the. And that's Fox right there, right? Marquis. That's his pot. That his gun.
I thought that was a bottle.
Thought that was a bottle.
See? Bottle.
Yeah, you got a bottle. You got you some candy there, bag of pot, gun. You ain't protecting him from nothing. I mean, we know the story.
Yeah.
Okay? There's a reason he was picked up on a gun charge. All right? And that right there.
So you're saying that's the murder weapon that killed him?
You tell me.
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Cause like, I swear to you, I did not know that. Honestly, God, truth, I put it to my mama. I didn't know that.
But this whole thing goes back to y'all were there. We can put both of y'all there.
And see, that's where your problem in the coma case. And see, if you see, we keep giving you a little bit and a little bit and a little bit, but you don't know what we have. And I can't reiterate to you enough on your rolling the dice at the expense of yourself. Remember.
And what I want to know, like, okay, so if y'all knew or know whatever y'all do know about him, and if y'all say that he killed him, and y'all keep on rolling the dice, okay, I don't have nothing to do with, if he killed that man, I don't have nothing to do with that.
That's the problem.
Here's what we've got. Here's what we've got, okay? I can't tell you, I was not there, I can't tell you which one of y'all pulled the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I can tell you you're both there. I can tell you we have the murder weapon. But I've got one person telling me one thing, and then I got a one person denying everything. Okay? So when it comes down to it, I've only got one option to believe somebody. You know?
Right.
There's only one person's telling me, yeah, you got me, but I ain't the trigger man. The other guy's telling me, I wasn't even there. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. All right? Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
If I test this gun for DNA, is your DNA going to be on it?
No, sir.
Okay? Your DNA is not going to be anywhere on that gun. You've never handled that gun. You've never touched that gun. Would you be willing to give me a DNA cheek swab so I can test it against that gun and see if your DNA is on that gun?
Yes, sir.
All right? What this is a consent form basically saying you're willing to give me DNA. Okay? And I want to make sure before we go anywhere else, your DNA is not going to be in that gun in that picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, hold on, wait.
Uh-huh.
Y'all
Okay.
talking too fast. You saying I'm gonna give you my DNA to
And
test
I'm
what?
going to test that DNA against this gun.
And tell me how you gonna test that. How
I
would you
sent
do
it off to the Florida Department. The gun's been swabbed for DNA already.
Mm-hmm.
That's been sent off to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to send them a sample of your DNA,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll compare it, and they'll say, no, he's never touched it. Yes, he touched it, or we can't tell. That's the kind of answers we get.
Nah.
And we swabbed the trigger,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And that's what we want to test against.
Nah.
Okay. So you don't want to give us your DNA. All right? So you weren't there,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't want to test your.
You don't want to do anything to eliminate yourself.
But you're a convicted juvenile felon, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did they take your DNA from you when you were convicted as a felon?
When they swipe them out.
Mhm.
Yeah, they did that right now.
So it'll be in the system anyway.
Yeah.
All right, well. You got anything else right this second?
No, not right this second.
Tell you what, like I said, we've got a few other people over there. We want to come up here and talk to you first. We're gonna talk to some others real quick and we'll be back, all right?
All right.
Crime Circuit. Like, share, subscribe.